Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America.
This dude put his body on the line, and he took a bullet for the country. He really did, and he's a hero for it. Elon Musk tweets, "The left is the party of murder," and he's immediately proven correct by basically every single pundit on the left. Of course, everyone is talking about this. It's an actual nightmare.
Charlie Kirk has been assassinated. For those that are just hearing this right now, Charlie Kirk was shot and killed at his event in Utah, and it's absolutely one of the most horrific things. We have this report from CNN. I was awaiting official confirmation. The first thing I want to say is Charlie is an absolute legend, and he was a good friend. I'm not going to pretend like we hung out this guy. I hung out this guy, knew him better than, my homies or whatever, but I just want to say, man, I've done a lot in business and in media. Charlie is a king. He was always super good to us.
The reality is, everyone only had good things to say about him. It's insane. Everyone that actually knew him only had good things to say about him.
But I want to make it crystal clear right now to whoever did this, we will find you. We will try you. And we will hold you accountable to the furthest extent of the law. And I just want to remind people that we still have the death penalty here in the state of Utah.
We have so much of the discourse that's dominated by emotional thinking, that's dominated by the most unstable, the most virtue signal, the most, ridiculous, performative empathy possible, and that's defining a huge political voice in the country. This has become a tremendous detriment to everyone. And I think that with people like the shooter that probably shot Charlie Kirk, with that guy in the subway that stabbed that Ukrainian woman, or with that trans shooter that shot up the school, one thing that's common among all of them is that these people, in almost all cases, were verifiably nuts beforehand, and nothing ever was done about it. And until we can stomach the idea of solving problems like that before they happen, we're going to keep having problems. And I think that with Charlie Kirk, it's very obvious that the amount of, political violence and advocating for political violence that's happening on the internet has turned up the temperature and created an environment and a culture where this type of behavior is normal. And not only is it normal, but it's actually encouraged. And the problem is that now people are acting on it. And you're starting to see this happen, and I think it's going to continue getting worse. I don't think Charlie Kirk is going to be the last one, but I think that we will look at Charlie Kirk's death and see it as a turning point in this topic. And what I'm really trying to get at here with this entire point is that right now we are at a extremely pivotal moment. And I think that what's going to end up happening is that right-wing people are not going to continue to turn the other cheek. They're not going to continue to just, this is just a crazy left-wing radical. I think you're probably going to see right-wing people doing the same thing to left-wing people. And honestly, while I don't think this is a good thing, I certainly don't really feel that sorry for them. Because a lot of left-wing people have no problem advocating for violence, or at least using coded language in order to advocate for violence. The fact is that there's a certain level of intellectual dishonesty that goes on in situations like this where it's considered, this isn't actually what they meant, and no, this is actually some others. No, it is. It's exactly what they mean. They're trying to advocate for killing people that they disagree with. That's what's happening, and there's no talking around it. And to the extent that you try to, you're insulting the intelligence of anyone that you're speaking to.
The school shooting, you're a retard. It's an assassination. It was a very intentional, very deliberate assassination. He was talking about what was going on between, the black on white crime, I believe. I haven't seen the full video yet. And I believe he was about to talk about the transgender shootings and, how apropos that's when that happened. And I think that the feeling of blue sky celebrating a man's death because you don't share their political views. You are a disgusting fuck. No one, and I mean this, no one deserves to die because they have a different political belief than you. You can jail them if you want, if it's truly that severe and they act on it, but it's just a guy who didn't do anything wrong other than present a different point of view and was honestly the most civil person to do it. No one else was willing to debate anybody in the way that Charlie was. No one else was willing to sit down and talk to people and try to get to a mutual understanding like Charlie was. He wasn't a radical extremist. He was a very reasonable man, and he was killed.